have a GIF we have to watch. So we've seen those. I'm waiting on it to process. It's a thing. See if you can pause this. Yeah. All right. So after I link it, try to pause it so it doesn't get spoiled. So we've seen those evangelical churches where like the mega churches where like, oh man,
I'm just gonna scroll up because it's autoplaying.
Yeah. Just try not to let it spoil for you.
I'm cute at the beginning.
Yeah. All right, so do that, Taylor. Open it and then pause.
Oh no, I'm at the beginning.
Okay, so we've seen those evangelical churches where you get cured of like diseases, and the preacher will like throw like fake slaps at you and stuff like that, and like drive the devil out. This is sort of a play on that. All right,
ready, set, play.
So this preacher has found this woman who has some sort of ailment. He grabs her by the hair and jerks her head a few times. Now he has her on his shoulders. And I think he's realizing she's heavier than she looked. Wham!
He just threw her onto chairs.
He just threw her WWE style onto a stack of chairs.
The fuck?
But is she better?
He just body slammed this bitch into a whole bunch of fucking real chairs.
I like to think he did it because she was sleeping and that this has nothing to do with... He's like, you gonna... What?
Oh, this became some sort of game right now. I'm exiting out. But yeah, that's hilarious. That is so much better than the guy who goes around smacking people with coats, getting them to fall over. You remember that one?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I went to my girlfriend, we did our Easter with my family, and then I went to her Easter with her family. And part of her Easter is going to church. And so I was like, she's like, will you go to church with us? And I was like, yeah, sure. I don't care. And so I realized it was the first time I'd been to church in 10 years. 10 years I hadn't been to church. It was the first time I'd gone.
You heathen,
and so,
you.
I know, I'm a piece of shit. And so we went to church and everything was fine. Like it was what I expected from a church, pretty boilerplate. And so as I was watching the sermon though, I realized like, if I were really unethical, I could do that shit easy peasy. I could so easily rile people up about the word of the Lord. Press those buttons. Are you feeling guilty? Well, I'm not guilting you, but you feel a little guilty now, aren't you? Oh yeah, like little jabs, little religious things.
Does he do it with the enthusiasm you just did? Because I've been to church and it's boring as get out.
No,
it's terrible.
They don't even do it with that sort of charisma. Like I could start a church and have Christian followers a few weeks from now. It would be easy as shit. Like all you have to do is be charismatic and bring just enough of God's hammer down while still offering the promise of redemption. Like it would be so fucking easy. And it really just came because I haven't been to a church since I was fucking, like late teens. And going there was like, oh my God, now I get it. Now I get the whole fraudulent, false prophet kind of pastor person who does this to make money, because it is so fucking easy to do this. Like it would be so easy.
The last time I went to, we gave church a chance when Hope was little, and maybe a lot of families do this, but let's see what this is all about. Maybe community, whatever. And it sucked so hard. I've talked about it on the show before. They worked super hard to get our money. I don't know if I talked about the sermons. That guy must have been over 80. And everyone was just in love with this guy. I can't even understand his words. He can hardly pronounce things. I don't think he's making complete points. I don't know if he's planned this before he got there or just went up and sort of winged it with English-sounding sounds laced together into nonsense. I never got anything from it. I just knew they were taking attendance, and we weren't into it. The guy was awful. And I'm looking around like, am I the only one that sees this? This guy doesn't speak. This guy has no charisma. I didn't learn any lessons. If he at least made me feel warm about the experience. Like, yeah, you know what? Church is my weekly like soul filler back-upper hour. Like if that happened, maybe I'd be into it. But no. It was like, this fucking corrupt fuck can't speak. All they do is ask for like direct deposit transfer numbers. This is not the organization I want to be part of.
Oh yeah, and even like having not been to church in 10 years, like as he was given the sermon on Easter and all that, I was just like, oh yeah, I know what he's gonna say next. I know the plan. I know what you're gonna say. I know.
Do you have direct
You're gonna
deposit?
you're coming in next. Yeah. He's
Can
coming
your
in.
financial institution find the way into my pocket?
I am tax exempt. Yeah. He was
That's what he does. The 360s with his hands there. Tax.
The
Dancing around,
Democrats
doing
would
it,
get
hand waving
smashed, but I would vote for this policy if they were like, you know what? Churches are for-profit businesses. They sell bullshit for cash. You can tax that. I'd be so on board.
Or
and the whole
just
reason they
make
don't
a
do
little
it is
more
because they're
liberal
like,
as to
well,
what could be considered a church. Because if this little organization here could be considered a church, then keep it up. You
this
lying
ties in to something I wrote down on my topic sheet for the evening, is that the Satanic Church just achieved tax exemption
read that
from the U.S. government. And if they can do it, why can't we? Why can't we make the case that we're preaching our own word?
Do you believe that Kyle would like another car?
Do you believe that Taylor wants his mortgage paid off? Do you believe it? Like,
There's no early payoff penalty. That's right. No penalty. Woo! Can you feel the power? Can you
feel the no early payment penalty? Can you feel it?
That's because it ain't there.
Can you feel my financial security improving with every dollar you drop in that plate? Can you feel it? I can feel it. Do you feel it, sir? Are you feeling the Lord in you? Are you feeling the Lord in you?
Today?
That's the way you would do it to manipulate, especially, is you would call out individual people, put them on the spot.
Yes.
They'll either have to fake it or not fake it.
Every dollar you give to PKA is two more in your pocket. That's right. Woo! It come right back to you.
Every dollar you give, you get a bottle of holy water. Now you pour that holy water all over your bills and you throw those bills away because those collectors, they ain't coming. They ain't coming.
They're totally coming.
No, this is literally a thing. I think it was like something Popov was his last name. He was this scam artist piece of fucking shit who took advantage of people who just wanted a better life for themselves. And he would sell people holy water.
Yep.
And then he would have testimonials where it was someone like, I ordered Jimmy Popoff's holy water and all my bills disappeared. They started sending me checks in the mail instead. All my power's free now. And like literally that level of lies and duplicitousness with these pastors. Like what these people do isn't just not Christian, it's fucking evil. Those pastors out there, if Christianity is real, guess what? You're burning in the lowest depths of hell. The lowest depths. You're a false prophet. You're a piece of human shit.
That's how I feel about
anyone.
Policemen that rape and like do bad shit too. Like
luckily all this shit's made up. So buy Kyle's miracle water today.
It may say Dasani, but it's got the word of the Lord.
It's just red. You don't even repackage it.
It's just Dasani.
Are you cursed with pepperoni nipples so large and disgusting you can't bear to look at them? You just put a little Kyle's miracle Dasani on them big old nasty nipples and they'll shrink down and be sexy.
I am not part of that. I have nothing to do with that.
That's right. What is not attached to the big pepperoni nipples?
Do you have a 3.5-inch dick hard? Well, then why don't you try fucking a bottle of Dasani holy water? Your dick will get so big it'll get stuck in the bottle, so pull it out quick. Oh, Lord, I feel the dick growing energy inside of me. The Lord your God, Jesus Christ, had the biggest penis the world has ever seen.
Your dick would get stuck in the bottle if it worked. You'd have a real problem
That's
on
how
your
you
hand.
know it worked.
Well, that's part of the joke.
That's right.
That's right. I want to keep doing pastor voice.
Oh, your dick will be so big and your nipples so tiny, you won't believe your eyes.
Does your big bitch have some big ass nipples? Put your hand up. Put your hand up if your bitch has a big ass nipple. I see a lot of hands. I see a lot of hands in the house tonight. You want some Dasani holy water? Get those nipples little. Say, Lord, give me those little nipples. Lord, give me those little nipples.
Give them to me, Lord. Itty bitty nipples. Itty bitty nipples. Give them to me, Lord.
Ghost nipples. Itty bitty ghost nipples.
Woo! Ghost nipples in the house, Lord. I feel the power of the Holy Ghost.
No, these are Holy Ghost nipples. Oh, that's so dumb.
I don't care if it hurts your feelings.
Let's get Woody's dad on the show about our interpretation of this epistemology.
It would be. I wish we could do that because, you're probably thinking that because his position is ridiculous, according to me, that you'd bowl him over in any kind of debate, but you wouldn't. He's really smart, and he knows everything about the Bible. Like he.
I bet. Like,
yeah,
no doubt.
I don't think
all my little tongue-in-cheek things. He would beat me in a theological discussion 10 times out of 10. Like I know more than the average bear about the Bible since I've read it twice. But like
it's his hobby reading it. It's hard to know how many times he's read it, and then he'll read it, and then he'll he just loves watching other people's interpretations of it and compare and contrast, and he goes to Bible study 3 times a week. You know why? Can't find a fourth.
He just loves it.
Yeah,
and like that
that's
makes
a
me
quote.
wish.
Like I didn't make that up. Like that's what he told me.
That's awesome. Like I wish.
I bet his nipples are
into it.
pinpricks.
Oh my god, tiny little ghost nipples with it.
You can't even see them.
Yes,
Refrigerator filled with Dasani.
Son, your mama's nipples disappeared in 1987.
I'm not talking about my mom. Dude. Keep it nice. Keep it nice.
You wouldn't even believe where they were when you started.
Yeah, don't talk about my mom.
They covered half of the titty.
I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Oh, that's funny. But wouldn't it be kind of comforting to be able to believe that? Like, it seems like that's the best way to
course.
live out the end of your days. And belief
course.
isn't a choice, so you can't choose to believe something. But
It's a gift.
I even thought that. I thought that when I was at church. Well, they say faith is a gift.
Faith is the gift. Yeah.
given the gift of faith, but which seems to make the playing field not very fair. So
That's
just
like
being able
saying
to believe
like
that though would make you so much happier. You'd go into death happier. You'd believe that every little thing you were doing had a
Taylor.
purpose. It really. I'm not saying it's real. I'm saying that.
Oh no, I'm
mentality
following you 100%.
would be
but
healthy.
couldn't you say the same thing about being retarded though? Like, what if your life's what if the thing that made you happiest in life was another bag of gummy bears, and you're just
Well, I mean, being retarded would be pretty cool then. But then you can't buy your own gummy bears.
That's true. Well, I mean, you're already working at the grocery store.
You could. I don't know.
I'm
That's
just
not
saying.
the
I'm just saying. Sure. I guess I wish I believed.
Yeah,
it
it would be way better to just
I take
put that
that back.
off and believe it's coming.
I just wish it were true.
Rapture and everything.
I just wish it were true. Because if it were true, I feel like God would ever occasionally come down and be like, "Whoa, ISIS, you're gonna kill 250 people on Easter? Lightning
to
bolt,
almost
lightning
400 now."
bolt, lightning bolt." And we'd be like, "Did y'all see Jesus come down with that burning sword and kill all of those terrorists? Yeah, it was nutty. I saw it on CNN. I'm going to church Sunday. I don't know about you."
Yeah, in the
Oh,
Game
I'd
of
be
Thrones
participating in
universe,
church.
the fire god's the only one actually doing shit. So
Yeah.
that's the right one, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Brand's got
In this
something going with
universe,
those
no
trees.
gods are doing anything, so we don't know which one.
Yeah. For all I know, Poseidon is up to something. I mean, I see a lot of ships sinking. I see a lot of hurricanes and tsunamis. That's real. For all I know, Poseidon's the real one.
Being
And
the
he's
god
out-
of the sea would suck because all the people are on land.
Yeah, they better stay there too. Those non-believers.
I think being the god of sea would suck because there's no internet connectivity underwater.
That's where the internet cables are.
Maybe there's a way. Tap into that.
Yeah, Poseidon's got the fastest internet in the world. Just tap directly into it. I always when I was younger, I always thought man, it would be cool if instead of Jesus and shit, that the Roman or the Greek gods were still the really popular ones because they were at least interesting. They were almost like an incestuous Friends cast. You know, they were just you know, that they were all about, you know, fucking each other, having kids, fucking their kids. Zeus actually
they fucked a lot of regular people and made demigods.
Oh yeah.
That's how they made Hercules, right?
I think that's the story to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Kind of. Zeus would take on the form of animals sometimes and fuck bitches, and so they would act that out in the gladiatorial arena. There were these guys; they were called like bestiaries or something like that, and their job would be to like train the animals to fuck chicks. So they take like the estrus from like a giraffe in heat, and they'd smear it all over some very unfortunate woman, and then the giraffe would come and fuck them to death.
Whoever made up that religion had a kink. I'm pretty sure. Look at Taylor's Frozen in that fiction.